Hello guys, what's up? This is Raphael and I decided to throw out this video here today and I basically don't know exactly where is this gonna take me, but I'm about to turn 38 years old and I'm so grateful for my injector, but yes, I'm getting older and I think the older I get, the more I learn as I believe it should be. And some of the stuff just starts to look very funny. And this is a confessional video that I'm hoping that whenever I'm much older, I can go back to and check what I actually realized up to this point of my life. So basically, this is a series of videos that I'm gonna start today, where I'm gonna kind of try to compartmentalize what were the results of my experiences throughout all these years that I've been on Earth. And if eventually one day you don't see this video no more, you already know I probably died. But I'm hoping that's gonna take a little long time, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be an year video or like every 5 years video, every 10 years video. We'll see how it goes, but this is the first one. And my approach is gonna be mainly as a gay man at this age. And very briefly, some about my experiences in life. I came out when I was around 18, and I've been jumping into relationships, one from the other, another, one for 3 years, then 2 years, then 5 years, then another one for almost 4 years, and another one for almost 2 years. And then I got through therapy. Something was definitely wrong with me. And I found my therapist in the middle of a lot of crazy things that I had going on, and that involved a divorce, added to another silently abusive relationship. And but that abusive relationship, it was just half, I would say, my responsibility, because when you lack self-confidence, where you don't respect yourself, where when you're not good on setting up boundaries, that's when abusers can take over. And that abuser ended up being the biggest love of my life, to the level that I never wanted to love someone up to that level. Because when you do that, you give up so much of who you truly are, and it's not worth it. It's never worth it to give up things that you build for yourself, and that I include emotionally too, and just to make sure that you're gonna accept that person to be part of your life, or accept you to be part of that person's lives, which was the case. And I grew out of that with a lot of therapy. My therapist's main focus, aside from finding out things, traces of my personality that she had to bring up to light in order for me to accept who I was and understand the decisions that I was making, and understanding also that I shouldn't be blaming on myself from being who I am, because part of it is a construction of things that were transferred to me from my parents, from my childhood, from the bullies, from everything, and all the trauma and all the abuse and all the emotional compress that I've been put into when I was a kid. And that actually, of course, has a great side of it, which is I'm a perfectionist. Since I couldn't be who I was forced into always be prone to be perfect, trying to be the best one, so I could get the kudos from being a great guy, right? A good boy, the right one. And there wasn't lack for or space for mistakes. But with that, you can never acknowledge what you actually did good, what your real words were. And that was the worst part of me. I've accomplished so much in my life that unfortunately I wasn't able to realize those accomplishments. I was just like passing by them, like, okay, so what's next? Okay, so what's next? And in that scenario, it's really hard for you to find gratitude. And later on, the mission of my therapist was first being okay being solo, being okay, understanding that we are made to be by ourselves, in the sense that if everybody that you live with, and you surround yourself with nowadays drops dead right now, can you still wake up tomorrow morning, make it to your work, pay your bills, be a functional adult? Yes, that became my mission in life. So this is the rational Raphael, which doesn't embrace the heartfelt one. That one needs a person. That one loves to have a partner. That one loves to sit next to the person in the morning, just looking at the body scrolling on the phone and knowing that you're safe. And it was a surprise for me after all those years being with someone, coming back to a bar scene, a gay scene, but whatever. What actually did I have at that point? All I had was a husband when I moved here, and my world was about his world. And of course, I had a job, but then I started working for myself, so I no longer have like coworkers, people that I socialize at that level. And those years were making me to be a very introvert, and I'm not the bigger sociable guy, which is crazy coming out of a lawyer, Gemini, very eloquently outspoken. But yes, I guess that not everybody is actually worth it, your full personality. And it's like, why would you open a Catholic Bible in the middle of indigenous people? They won't understand what you're saying. They don't even know what you're actually trying to say. So while you're trying to be that smart in the middle of a world, the majority of people don't actually care about being intelligent. To be honest, this is unfortunately a gay world. And the smart ones, when they come around, they want you to be stupid. They expect you to be that person. So you easily manipulate it onto what they actually expect from you based on how you look. I'm Brazilian, so the first two words that gringos tells me is like "Olá, tudo bem?" Two. The third would be "gostoso," which means hot guy. And if you think that's cute, it may be to the empty brainer ones, not to me. And that's me. I went to law school. I not only went to law school, I am a lawyer. I don't practice law in the United States of America since my bar is only valid in my home country, Brazil, but it's fully active. And by the age of 24, I was the main lawyer in a firm of 53 attorneys, much older than I was. I was the only one sitting on the table with the 13 um, business owners, attorneys that were the owners of the law firm. I have big companies under my umbrella of clients, such as Coca-Cola, um, Chevrolet, whatever. And I was the brain. My cases were very limited because I had the capability of analyzing these expensive lawsuits that were never served before. And with that, I could come up with a template, with the responses, and with the win for our law firm. With that said, I never lost a case as an attorney in my life. And my main plan was to become a judge after that, which ended up not happening because I had to make money, ended up starting doing beauty stuff. I've always been a very creative person, and unfortunately my family never nourished that side of me. They always wanted me to be more protected from being a gay kid, and they know that being an artist would take me in the other route much more, being in this small town where I grew up. So it was out of protection, but trying to protect me, that actually hurt me for the rest of my life because I became that limited person where I couldn't be myself, right? But anyways, moving forward, because we're not here to blame our family for whatever we become. We're here to take accountability for things that we can do from that, from understanding that this is the part that comes from that. But all the rest now it's on me. So I can never start hurting people, just blame, oh, my mom did that to me, my father did that to me, that kid did that to me. No, that person has nothing to do with whatever was done to you. So this was um, a great thing that I learned, and that's what I use for my life. So what I am doesn't actually define me, because you only know what I am if I exteriorize that. If my nature forces me to be a bad guy, but I understand that, I accept that that's my nature, but I want it to be a good guy. So I can shape my actions onto being a good guy. And it is a constant battle and it's never stop. But yes, you can trick your personality, because nowadays people like are so brave about bragging. Oh no, that's who I am. You take it or not. If you like me, that's what. No, we don't have to take it or not. You don't have to be who you are. If that person that you are is actually a broken person that just want to hurt other people, that's not normal. If your actions are only hurting yourself, go boo, be you. However, for the most part, those actions are actually influencing in other people's lives, making people miserable, making people hurt, making people self-doubt themselves or cry or going on therapy because you are hurting them. So I'm sorry if your life and your consequences led you to be 5 years in jail, having to deal with that every day. And then when you come out, if you're entitled and you feel that you can hurt anybody under the umbrella, like, oh, I've been to jail, bro, like this is what I do. No, you've been to jail, you did that. You have to understand that whatever happened in there is a consequence of your own actions. The other person should not be treated as your jailmate, because they've never been there. They have nothing to do. The only thing that they may have for you is love. So, yes, therapy led me to understand the broken pieces of mine. And yes, no, I haven't been to jail unless while I was a criminal lawyer. But besides that, never. And then I'm at the most vulnerable spot of my life, because from being always forced to be perfect, the hardest thing is to tell people that you're not good. Because I was going through so much, and people ask me, how are you doing? I'm like, oh, no, everything is fine. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing therapy. This is the words of my therapist. It's not me saying. And that reality kind of hurt me to understand. It's like, yeah. So now, no, if I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. If I'm feeling hurt, I'm feeling hurt. If something you did made me feel a certain way, I'm going to talk to you about it. If something I did made you feel a certain way, I'm going to humble myself down and apologize for it. Because I wanted to live a life without anxiety, without the pressure of always having to have an argument to solve things, or to have to prove myself better by making the world miserable. I still have that in me. I still have that inside of me. Because like I said, those are traces of my personality that we cannot get rid of. It's going to come to your brain. But when it comes, I do this exercise of turning that into how I really want to address this. And then you're making it a different way. And guess what? The results that comes from it is just so much better. And today, 37, 2 weeks away from my 38 years old, I never thought that I would be going through this moment where I don't even feel so happy about it. And I even told one of my friends that if I could postpone my birthday for 2 months, I would. Just so I can get my life where I want it to be, in order for me to celebrate the way that I like. Because I do firmly believe that people should be celebrated on their birthdays, and I'm a big birthday celebrator. Like I celebrate my birthday for 1 day, then a weekend, then last year was like 30 days, and I love that. I love to feel that that's special. But first, economy is not making things easier. Some clients come, some clients go, some stick around, and that's good and positive. But dealing with high-end clients also include dealing with a lot of ego and a lot of narcissistic realities and a lot of mean girls in the world, and that's a reality. And with that, you cannot do anything but just watch. It's not that I'm being watching in the sense of following what's going on in their lives. No, just like see it there, do you, and go live your life. What is yours will stay with you. What is not yours is just gonna live your life. It's energy. I believe everything is energy. We are magnets. We attract what you're supposed to be with us, and we push away what is not. And that can go for your religious beliefs. I have mine. For your energetic, scientific beliefs, whatever the case may be. Anyways, being out there in the gay world taught me that it's not because you think you're cute for everybody. It's not because you think you're smart that that's a positive thing for everybody. It's not because you smell good that that's a good thing for a lot of people. It's not because Brazilians shave that they are saying that masculine, because people here in America, most of the gays in my area, they like the hair. At least the fur. They don't like this hair because it's too long. Some of them will love it, and that's the ones that I gotta focus on. I focus on the one that love me for who I am, with my vulnerabilities. I'm a crier. When something hurts, I cry. When I'm happy, I cry. When I manifest, when I feel myself full of gratefulness, meditating, I cry. I am also a shelter for those that need to be sheltered. And that includes friends, that includes strangers, that includes clients, that includes anybody that for some reason I feel that needs a hug, needs a moment. I'm a good listener. I like to stop and pay attention and save what I think is important for people, because I like to be treated that way too. I learned from a medium years ago that my mission in life is to be a healer, which makes a lot of sense. And that makes sense because I attract a lot of like broken people. And I have shown them love. I had shown them compassion. I had shown them that it doesn't matter where you think you are, you're still worth it. There's somebody good, somebody nice, somebody smart, cute, that's gonna love you. It's gonna take care of you. It's not looking at you because you have money, because you have a career, because of none of that. Not even because your dick's big or smaller, it doesn't make a difference. I've been with both. And to me, people are humans and I respect them at that level. Just expecting that everything that I give is gonna come back to me. So at the end of the day, it's still an egotistical thing, narcissistic thing, to do things because it's on my own benefit. But if the good things that I'm doing is actually good things to others, I don't see that that can be a bad thing, right? Yeah, this is basically my conclusion with this video. Like I said, I had a completely different idea of where this video will go, but I feel that I said all I needed to hear, all I need to hear in a decade about today. And I just need to add a couple things. My family is going nuts, not about me, with personal drama that I never thought that that will happen to us. And that personally have been breaking my heart for good months, because it involves people that I love so much. But there's nothing I can do. I gotta understand that. Same way that I had my hard times and I had to find a way out, those people involved gonna have to figure the same thing out too. They are adults, they're actually older than me. And I have friends that are also fighting their own battles right now. And another lesson that I learned at this point is that we should understand that we are not the main character in nobody's lives but ours. And that's how it should be. So sometimes when your friends are not around you that much, they may not be telling you what's going on, but sometimes they have things going on. Or even if they don't have, they are entitled to place your friendship, your love, whoever you are, wherever they wanna to place you. It's like shelves, right? It's just on us to accept our space that they are giving to us in their lives or just move away from them. I am a person that I'm never gonna be claiming more space in nobody's lives because I don't think it's on us to come and say, oh, I do that to you, you don't do that to me. We'll feel that way, we're humans, and I feel that way too. And sometimes we feel that we deserve more, but some people are not gonna give us that, and they're entitled to because they are the main characters on these stories. And if I'm trying to make myself more relevant, I'm taking away their power of managing their lives the way that they wanted to do. With that said, when they come around, I'll be around. When they lay me off, I'll be laid off. I won't be chasing. I won't be asking questions. They know. We all know. We all look at a photo of somebody on social media and be like, fuck, I haven't spoken to this person in forever, but I feel awkward about it right now. But it's just a matter of making a decision, making the choice to go in there and do it, right? So some will, some will not. Some will check on us, some will not. But going back to what I said in the beginning of this video, we cannot be that weak to make our lives about others. Because if eventually they all drop dead today, you still gotta wake up tomorrow. You still gotta manage your life. You still gonna be able to pay your bills, make decisions as a full-on adult. And that's how life hardly has to be. If today you look around and your life is relying on the person that is sitting next to you, something is wrong with you. And I don't care if this person is your mom, is your dad, is your husband. For a season, it can happen, okay, of course. Like somebody got fired from work, you're married, your husband's taking care of you. That's okay. For a season. If your husband die and then he leaves everything you guys both have to you, cool, bro. Like, live your life. But if that's not the case, go chase your own dreams. Nobody's out there fighting that fight for you. The second things go south, guess who's gonna be hurt? You. So don't give a chance to nobody control your life at that level. Keep doing you. I personally had offered many times being taken care of by people that already had their lives figured out, and I'm still here fighting for my own. I am an American citizen. I'm an American citizen. I am my own boss. I make 3 figures a year, and I'm proud about knowing that none of that relies on anybody to handle me. Nothing. Unless it's lotto, I don't expect nothing to come easily for free to my life. I pray and I manifest my chair to be booked with clients so I can work every day, make my money, and build wealth in that way. This is me now at 37. I don't know how I'll be tomorrow. I don't know how I'll be in 10 years. But this video, like I said, it's a reminder of who Rafael Turgino Baker is right now. I hope in the moment of this video, if you made it all the way through here, it puts you to think a little bit of how your life has been. And I'll see you guys in another year. Bye.